Well, it's Legacy Business Week in the city of Takoma Park, and to talk about that, we are now joined by Javier Rivas, the Executive Director of the Takoma Langley Crossroads Development Authority, and our Economic Development Specialist, Krissi Humbard. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Excited to be here.
Well, we're excited to have you back. Javier, it's been a while since you've been on. Krissi?
Last week, I think.
You were on just the other week, but so why don't you tell us a little bit about, what Legacy Business Week is and what you have going on to celebrate.
Yeah, go ahead, Javier. Kick us off.
Yeah, okay, wonderful. I'd love to kick it off. This Legacy Business Week, we wanted to take the opportunity, not just as the Takoma Langley Crossroads Development Authority, but also partnering with the city to celebrate the history of entrepreneurship that exists within the Crossroads, and specifically in Takoma Park, within the Takoma Langley Crossroads Commercial District. I think if you've lived in Takoma, you've known this area as like the hub of immigrant entrepreneurship, right? There's such a diversity of businesses and services and cuisines that are represented in our district. So this is a great opportunity for us to highlight what makes it such a unique area, and also the heritage that exists within commerce, right? And that it's not necessarily just about the fact that we have so many different types of products and services and cuisines, is that we serve so many different populations from all over the world, and generations of these individuals, families, have shopped in our district and have been able to access goods and services, again, in their language, or goods that remind them of home, and products that they might not be able to get anywhere else. And again, it's not just something that exists here in Takoma Park and the Crossroads, but it's something that we should be celebrating everywhere, especially when you consider how difficult it is to run a business, right? How difficult it is for a business owner to stay open, and the kind of the story of sacrifice and resilience that comes out of running a business, right? And imagine then on top of that you have so many other factors kind of working against you, at all times, and these are kind of amazing. These are amazing individuals that have been able to, in many cases, grow businesses and put their kids through college. A second generation of families that have benefited from the generational wealth that's been being created, right? And in many cases, like some of the businesses that we visited today, right? There's a second generation of entrepreneurship that is looking into getting back into the family business and preserving, again, really honoring the family legacy, and seeing what their parents had to go to kind of open their business and continue that legacy of that tradition, and that in some cases it's cuisine, some cases it's a specific type of fashion or fabrics, so that's the basis of it. It begins as purely a celebration. Who doesn't love celebrating? I think that's the easy part. And, I think then it builds into, hopefully, again, making sure that these traditions are continued and these businesses stay in place.
Yeah, I mean, today's tour was really special, honestly. It was so joyful. And it was great to celebrate these businesses, but also to just honor and acknowledge the effort it takes to be in business for 30 years, 20 years, to keep it going, to, get through those hard times like COVID. And I mean, in the last decade alone, these businesses have been through a lot of hardships, and they're still kicking. So it's great.
And I mean, not to mention, right now, a lot of these businesses you see being impacted by things like Purple Line construction.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for the last decade, that's part of it too. The Purple Line construction has definitely been disruptive to the business, to the area, traffic. Yeah. So they've been through a lot, and it's just, we're very excited that they're still here.
Yeah, and this is a reminder to the listeners, right? I mean, I think this is maybe maybe shopping patterns or traffic patterns have shifted, over the years, right? Because of traffic, right? And maybe at times it felt difficult to get to that intersection of University Boulevard and New Hampshire Avenue, right? Just because of the backups and everything. But just a reminder that we're still there. A lot of folks, maybe some of the familiar businesses that folks have visited in the past might not be there anymore, but this is what it takes, right? It takes people being there.
Right.
It takes people coming and shopping and continuing to patronize these businesses to make sure that we can say, we live in a diverse neighborhood. We live in a diverse city, and this is how you do it. It's really like continuing to support that. Those businesses, right? And again, just maybe try to go a little out of your way to find some of these, for many people, they're not hidden gems. People come from different states to visit some of these businesses because they can't get like that specific, product or, that specific service, or a family that perhaps might have moved away, now that's like their grandkids that are coming to visit these places. So, and so it's in some cases they're not hidden gems because they've been serving generations in our district, right? But for a lot of the listeners, this is what it takes to make sure you can say, like, I'm proud to live in Takoma and live in a diverse, city, right? I think that's ultimately it is like sometimes going out of your way and not buying something online, or not ordering. There's
shop local,
finding. Again, I mentioned this in other times. If you're like a foodie and you don't know where to get like specific products, right? There's so many, like, there's such a wealth and variety of services and goods that are available, like in the Crossroads, that you can't find anywhere else. So
yeah, and I've heard that story before, right? Where people have come. They travel far to get to one of the markets in the Crossroads because it's the only place they can find a product from back home, right? So the Crossroads really is like a connection to people's homes, and I think that's beautiful, lovely. Also, I have found very many back ways to get to the Crossroads area so that I can avoid University Boulevard. There's ways to do it.
And, I think we're very much in the last stages of construction of the Purple Line, specifically if we're talking about Purple Line.
Yes.
And I think traffic has been much, much better, and it's easier to get to for sure.
And I'm excited for the Purple Line to make it easier for people to come to the Crossroads and discover some of the businesses that have been there for so long. Yeah,
that's awesome.
So we went to 5 businesses. Part of the celebration for Legacy Business Week is to visit the businesses and actually bring a group of people, elected officials, fans, customers, and just really celebrate them. So we presented a certificate from the city. Takoma Langley Crossroads presented an award. There were balloons. There were good stories, laughter. And the stories were great, actually, from the businesses. Yeah.
I already mentioned those the second generation, and most of these, again, they're family-owned businesses, right? And if not all. But you hear the story of like the daughter that, when 17, working behind the counter and, then taking over. Specifically, I'm talking about like Comalito, right? It's one of the businesses that we visited today, right? The parents were there, right? They're so happy to see, like, it's so easy to kind of just celebrate someone, right? It's like, especially again, when maybe you work in your business day after day, and that's, you get the satisfaction of serving customers, but then it's, just a little extra, recognition goes a long way, right? And just that you're seen, that you're part of the community, that you're welcome, that we recognize, their place here. And again, this is such a great message, especially right now, right, to be putting out there.
So today we started at Sarah Fabrics, which is an amazing fabric store. They literally have anything and everything you could need if you're a sewing enthusiast. Second generation business. The niece is taking it over. Yes.
Yeah. She just took it over in May. Yeah.
Yep. So
and that's it's a daunting task, right?
Yeah.
To kind of to take over a business that has been around for almost 30 years, right? And I mean, Sarah, her aunt was there, right? And it's named after someone's, once you have like someone's name on the name of the business, right? It's so daunting that to kind of continue that. And they're still there, right? I mean, they're probably,
they're taking a little step back.
They might take a little step back, but they're still there. It's still, I mean, their expertise, and I mean, they built it, so I mean, they have to kind of show someone the ropes, show Tina the ropes.
Yeah, it was really great to see some of their customers too that came for the celebration. It's just people who had been going to that shop for so many years and making, beautiful things with the fabrics there. It was very cool to see that.
Yeah, in fact, the second business that we stopped at, Sylvia Wesso, the owner of Pomalito, right?
Pomalito,
She said, right, she had been going there also to make her dresses when she went to prom, right? And when she was younger. So, I mean, again, you see that kind of connection there, and so the second business that we went to is Pomalito, the Pupuseria and restaurant, right? And it's such a, I mean, pupusas are like an integral part of like our identity as like as DMVers and in Tacoma and anywhere in this area, right? It's like if you haven't tried that, you can't say that you live here,
right?
So it's a challenge to anybody who has not tried a pupusa to go out there and try it. But yeah, it's such an integral part of our community, our culture, right? And again, she's a second generation owner. She, I mean, her brother is also now being involved in the business as well, as marketing as well,
and they're really involved in the community, which is also great.
Sylvia is the vice president of the board in Tacoma, Tacoma Langley Crossroads Development Authority, and she's a real advocate for the Latino community, especially again right now. It's so important to have strong voices,
right?
Telling people what's going on, right, and just really standing up to the moment.
Yeah. And then the third stop was Family Shoes, which is a great shoe store. Honestly, like literally any shoe you could need is there. I want to go back and buy some shoes.
And and like we try to choose like a variety and diversity of businesses, right?
Yeah.
So Family Shoes, like again, you don't think about what goes into like some of these businesses, but I mean they've been around, for since 2005, right? And it's again family-owned business and like family operated. We have. It's two brothers, Ishmael and Shakat. And so, they were so happy to see us today. And, I mean, again, it's the things you don't think about, like, what's a shoe? But I mean, it's like really, like, it's what gets us to where we are every day, It's like to and from anywhere. Like if you, and they've told stories of like generations of kids, again, coming and getting ready for school, that's, it's an integral part of having something that's accessible and affordable and right there in the community, so that people can come and, right to the Crossroads and get those essential items for themselves,
Right. Yeah. I really think you can find like anything you need in the Crossroads. And then the fourth business we visited today was Preeti's Fashion and Nina Jewelers. And I think I could spend hours in that store. Oh my goodness. Like so many sparkly things, so many gorgeous fabrics. Like, that was a good spot. Yeah. And definitely like, again, another cultural spot. Like the owner was telling us people come from like Delaware to go to her store to buy these like Indian fabrics. Like they're just, it was great. It was lovely.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty special. I mean, I think, I think that you could see Preeti as like one of the remaining, South Asian businesses that we have. I mean, we still have a lot of South Asian property owners in the district, right? And again, it just demonstrates like kind of the contributions of like different immigrant waves and settlements into our area, right? That have contributed to building the Crossroads, right? And I think some, if people that lived in Tacoma for a while, they might remember like, Tiffin or Udupi Palace or, or Woodlands, some of these restaurants that I think were what draw for some people, right? And so, Yeah, Pretty continues that. I think that I have a poster also. I have a poster in the office, and I haven't confirmed this, but it does say that the Crossroads had the first sari shop in the United States.
Wow.
I can't confirm this, but it's written on a poster.
But the poster says so. I believe it.
So we were marketing that at some point years ago. So I tend to believe it. That sari shop is not in our district anymore, but Pretty's continues that tradition, and I think there's also what I've heard too, and you can again see remnants of this of the Crossroads being like a garment district and a clothing kind of hub, and so Pretty being one of them, and we talked about Sarah's Fabric earlier, but and just the importance of like kind of being able to buy fabrics and design clothes on your own, and a lot of people have to design and sew their own clothing, right, as well. So this all comes from the shops that we have in the district as well. So Pretty has been a great leader too. She's been on the board of the Development Authority as well in the past, and we're happy to celebrate such a beautiful store.
Yeah. And yes, the jewelry shop in the back also could spend a lot of time back there and a lot of money, but
well, I'm sure
which
they
is
would
great
not
for
complain.
them.
I'm sure they would not complain about that. And it would not surprise me at all if there was the first sari shop in the U.S.
Let's look it up
Crossroads.
right now.
I feel like let's just go with it.
I need the voice in my ear to tell me if that's
Let's
true
claim
or not.
Let's claim it. Yeah. Yeah. And then the last visit that we did today was Silver Spring Jewelry Store. So another family-owned business, a long-time family-owned business that has a great story about the owner starting in like a grocery store, right? Just having like a little jewelry counter in a grocery store and building it up to a multi-store, family-owned, generational business. It's a cool story.
Yeah. And again, it's so precious to see, right? I mean, these families come together today, right? We had the Ramon, who's the father, senior, right? And we had Maida, she's running the shop now with her brother.
It's her daughter,
Ramon,
his daughter.
His daughter,
Yeah.
And they had mom as well there. But yeah, just to see like that tradition kind of continue, right? And maybe like Maida has some ideas, and like also seeing that kind of like interplay of like maybe she wants to think about new things and add some modern touches to a business, right? And I think that's part of it too, right? It's like changes that come like slowly as you try to preserve like a tradition, but also try to make it your own, right?
Yeah.
It's great to see that. But yeah, Ramon again, he's 82 years old, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's still like out there like trying to sell jewelry to the people that were there during the event, right? And make sure like
tried
he's
to
like
sell me some jewelry.
an eternal kind of entrepreneur, right? So I'm so glad to have seen that today and seeing the whole family come together.
He had good stories too about the kids in the shop and starting out, but they also do. It's not just selling jewelry. They also do custom jewelry, and they they do jewelry repairs. Yeah, so it's a good shop for all your jewelry needs. Yeah,
that's awesome. And you have some visits coming up tomorrow as well.
We do. We've got 5 more visits tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to be hitting Red Apple Farmers Market, McDoris Fashion and Fabrics, El Alazan Western Wear, which very excited about. Dr. Araya, who's a dentist, and Levi Chiropractic.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Are they offering free chiropractic sessions?
I'm sure.
I mean,
you can ask.
You should join us and find out.
Yeah, that's Lord knows I need that.
And again, we're joking a little bit about it, but I think, thinking of, I wanted to include businesses like that, right, in this initial celebration because, I think it is easy enough to like market like kind of the public facing businesses that might have, you could just walk into and buy a pupusa or walk into, and buy a taco or whatever, right? Something you're consuming. But these are also kind of essential services that people that in our community who do, have do a lot of labor, right, and who
Yeah.
need like to take care of their bodies, right, and to go to a dentist to take care of your teeth, right, and get affordable healthcare and dental care, right. I think that's also something that was important for me to highlight during this initial inaugural Legacy Business Week, right? Is because it's not just about like products and selling. It's about kind of these communities that support each other and that are necessary to life as
Quality of life,
quality of
yeah.
life. Being an immigrant, I think being able to access services in your own language, being able to take care of your body, I think all those things are also important, right? And so I wanted to highlight someone like Levi Chiropractor.
Yeah, and I think most people, when they think about businesses or small businesses, they do think the retail, they think the storefront. But really, I mean, if you have a dentist office, if you have a chiropractic clinic, like those are small businesses as well.
Right.
Yeah. So I think we had a good inaugural list.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure. And I can't wait to see the footage, and I can't wait for the residents to see the footage and be able to celebrate with you guys if they weren't able to attend in person.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you guys wanted to highlight about Legacy Business Week or just in general?
Yeah, so I think Legacy Business Week is this is the first year, so we're going to continue it in years to come. Hopefully we will build on the program a bit, right? This is mostly about recognition and kind of marketing awareness, but there's potential that it could lead to other, programs, assistance for these businesses. And then part of that is we are also, the city of Takoma Park was chosen to be in a National League of Cities cohort for legacy business planning. So Takoma Langley Crossroads Development Authority is joining us, and also Purple Line Corridor Coalition. And so hopefully we can kind of take what we've started here with this initial business week and then build on that, and also be in this cohort and learn from other cities to see what they're doing and what services we can offer. So this is really a starting point. Yeah.
And that's very exciting. As someone who's been in a cohort with the NLC for about almost a year now, I can say it's very worthwhile. So
I'm
very excited to see what comes out of that. Yeah. That's awesome.
I say this has been a fun week at work. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just getting started.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you both again, and we hope to see you both very soon. And again, come celebrate Legacy Business Week. Go celebrate the great shops at the Crossroads and throughout the community.
It'll be on social media. Like, we've put information on social media. There's also a Legacy Business page on the city's website now, so you can find information about these 10 businesses that we're honoring this first year. And then obviously you all, Takoma Langley Crossroads Development Authority has been sharing social media and information on their website. So visit these businesses. Let's help keep them around.
Yeah, specifically our directory, which now you can search for legacy businesses specifically as well.
Wow.
So tacomalangley.org/directory. And you can see all the different businesses that we have in our district. But again, if you want to search for specifically those legacy businesses, you can put that in the search bar as well.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much again to the both of you for joining us. And now let's go to Somos Takoma.